Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May, moving into early June 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for these Virgos in late May, early June? We are in Gemini season, and I want to take a look at these energies, insights. What do we got going on? All the messages for my good friends. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo. Late May, early June, please. What's happening? Okay. I'm going to take it. I was going in for my first shuffle and this card popped out, so I'm taking it. Now, you know how I do. I only read jumpers, so this card did come out for a reason. I mean, as far as my reading style goes. So beautiful balance type of energy. It always reminds me of the Two of Pentacles. And we're going to expand on this much further. For a lot of you, this could be something coming, like calming down or coming to like a nice even playing field, if that makes sense. But before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. Now, for a portion of you, if you were connected to Libra, if you have major Libra placements yourself, it could be highlighting them in this time. Notice it has the literal Libra symbol right there. We have the yin yangs, the person. It just really reminds me of the Two of Pentacles, where something's coming into a state of balance, which is a very good thing. Now, if there is no Libra in your life, to me, this is an extremely harmonious type of energy. So regardless of what shows up within this week's reading, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, this card in the front end is like a silver lining. You know, like this too shall pass type of energy, or things are going to improve and get better. It's really nice. Now, since it reminds me of the Two of Pentacles, I always say with all twos or cards that have twos prominent within them, there could be a crossroads you're coming up to, a make or break, a decision, a boiling point, so to speak. But this one doesn't feel bad to me at all. For some of you, you might be just trying to calm something down too, which could be really nice. So we're just going to leave that as is. Very harmonious, good stuff. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my lovely Virgos, my guide, Spirit Team. Messages, energies, insights, all this stuff. And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was a little concerning to me. I'm not going to put up a facade, right? The reading was titled A Shocking Situation, and I saw some cards in there that were making me a little leery. We did have big tower energy, so for some of you, hopefully, best case scenario, there was something that popped up out of nowhere, and it was a good thing. But I mean, just keep your head on a swivel the coming days and weeks, because those energies, they could sometimes bleed over. But you know us, we're not fear mongers around here. Let's get into this week's reading. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take it how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Virgos, please. What do we got? What do we got for the collective here? Late May into early June. Okay, Chariot. So, I mean, this could be good. I mean, it's still very powerful, just like we were seeing last week. I mean, Chariot, Tower, they're similar in the fact that they're just extremely powerful. I mean, that could be good forward momentum. I don't want to speculate on it too much just yet. We want to get the full spread out. Oh, all right. Full go, full stop. Okay. I mean, 2 complete opposites. I mean, we did have that yin yang imagery happen in Oracle. Let's get one more. For a lot of you, there could be like a really big change coming up, and I saw that for you a couple weeks ago, and it's still showing up here. Okay, Ace of Swords, so this could be a message, communication. Some of you could be a big offer or opportunity coming up, which could be really, really nice, depending on what shows up around it. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we have an interesting play of energies happening here. If you look down, we have the Chariot, which is very fast, forward movement. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Then the Hierophant, which is like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing nothing. It's like giving me that vibe. So it's like full go, full stop. So this could be a situation or something you're dealing with, and these are different aspects of the situation that could definitely be possible. We have the Ace of Swords, which is generally a beautiful card for conversing, the thought process, and all new things. So I really like that. But let's go through bit by bit and really start to build this out, because I have a feeling this week's reading is going to have a lot of nuance to it. So position number one, we have our good pal here, the Chariot. Now, for a portion of you, it might just be connected to a Cancer or a Cancerian, someone with those placements or those traits. Watery energy, very emotional. And that's a thing I like here. We have water, we have earth, which generally represents potential and possibility. So when we see that with an ace, we're looking at some good stuff. Now, chariots, it could represent a whole host of different things. It could be really moving towards something like a rocket, very fast, very powerful, going to or away from something. There's a lot of action being made here whenever we have this. It's full flight, right? There's no slowing this energy down. It could represent transportation, your mode of transportation, vehicles, taking trips, distance, all that stuff too. I always say when it comes to the Chariot, though, you need to watch out, because this card was, well, not this card, but chariots in general were originally made as instruments of war. So when I see this card, yeah, there's movement, there's determination, but at the same time, this could be conflict as well. We'll see how it all plays out, because I always like to illustrate the positives and the challenge of every card, just so we could see what messages are contained within. Now, as we get to the center, we have the Hierophant, pretty much night and day, right? So we have this, it's like hot, cold, night, day, masculine, feminine. It's like the yin yang, literally. So when I see this, it's Taurus energy. So you might be connected to a Taurus, the whole deal that I said with this Chariot, same thing, but with Taurus. Now, this is a very complex card. When I see the Chariot, it could represent power structures, corporations, religious institutions, governments, politics. The Hierophant could also represent day-to-day life. It's not really moving. This could represent your schedule, what you do on a day-to-day basis. This isn't really outside of the box. This is like a norm, like an accepted norm of some sort. So when I see it, it's just so very sturdy. It's not going, it's not budging anywhere. So I mean, which could be a good thing. Now, in regards to relationships, this could represent a person that's been in our life a very long time, someone that will be in our life for a very long time, even marriage sometimes. I mean, I don't like to throw that out too much in a general read, but the Hierophant is extremely sturdy. Now, when we're talking about the challenges of the Hierophant, I think you could already predict it. As you know, you're very familiar with earthy energy. Sometimes it could be a little bit stubborn, right? Or it's not going to move. So when we have this, it's like pushing against the wall of some sort. There is progress being made, but it's like equal to what the effort is. It's like we have this really strong effort, but then we have something just as strong. So moving to the back end, we have one of my favorite cards. I love all aces. We have the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. Now, I always say that all aces are opportunities and offers. For a lot of you, there could be like a real big possible level up type of offer coming in for you, especially with like the Chariot, the Hierophant. It's like, well, all right, there's something that could really have a long-term impact on you when this card shows up. The Sword of Truth could represent a clear mind, seeing things clearly, seeing things for what they are, using your logic, speaking your truth. The Sword of Truth could also represent trimming certain things out of your life. So it all really depends on how it hits for you. But mainly when I see it, I think of someone's mental state, but at the same time, it's speaking, talking, messages, which I've been seeing for the earth signs a lot this week. So there could be some sort of talk that's on the table or an offer of some kind. I want to dive deeper on all of it, though. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Virgos, please. Guides and Spirit team. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Chariot here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Chariot time. Let's see. And one thing I'll say too, especially with the Tower energy I saw last week, the fact that we have the Hierophant here in the upright could be very good. It could be very positive, things calming down. But let's see what that Chariot has to say. What is that chariot telling us? Thank you. Hanged Man. Delays. Delays. Okay, so for some of you, you could be dealing with a big problem or situation. There's like a lot of delays involved with it, or it just might not be it might not be moving to your liking. That's like the energy I'm picking up here. It's like, all right, well, why is this stopping me, or why can't I get this moving? It feels a little frustrating to me when I see it. We have the Hanged Man in the upright. One thing I mean, I'm getting another message. There could be someone that you're like watching their moves, or they could be watching your moves too. That message just came out of a left field here. But let's talk about the Hanged Man a little bit, and we'll get further in depth. Now, this could represent a Scorpio. I also link it to the Virgo collective as well. Similar to the Hermit in the fact that it's like a retracted, it's not really moving, it's like analyzing something, it's looking at the fine details. So you see what I mean? Like when I see it under a card of movement and action, there could be someone you're like watching their moves, like I got an eye on you, seeing how you respond to this, or someone could be doing that towards you, watching your actions. Now, aside from that message, which I know is a little odd, the Hanged Man is just full stop. So if you look at how all this energy is playing together, we have this chariot, which is like, it wants to break out of something, or it wants to move something along, but it's like delay, delay, delay. It's like it's boxed in. That's how this energy feels to me. So I would say, what in this time, watch out for the problems or situations and the delays that go along with them. Okay, because I don't feel like it's going to be a complete rough and rugged road, but there are delays happening here. Okay, or a problem. Let's keep moving forward, because I want to see if we get a better end result to this. I mean, because this is just our starting point, right? So let's see what that Hierophant has to say. I mean, those messages are completely different, so only take which one hits, right? Okay. Page of Cups. All right, so there is communication still showing up here once again. I do like this energy for sure. We do have a lot of water and earth mixing within this spread, and that's always a good thing. And you know, when in my reading style, I love to see how the elements play off each other. And me with this water earth combo, there's a lot of possibility building up. So just know if you're going through a frustrating thing, or you're having issues and problems or delays or whatever we want to call them, it could be for a reason. And that might be frustrating to hear. But the Page of Cups, as with all pages, they're communicators, they're messengers, they are learners, they're students, right? So when I see it underneath this Hierophant, you could really be embarking on something huge in the very near future, something that's going to have a long-term implications for you and your life in general. This, once again, we have a lot of cards of communication. We have a lot of cards of delays. There could be problem solving that needs to be done. For some of you, you might just be in problem solving mode, where it's like, okay, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this delay. How can we change this? It's kind of giving me that vibe too, because it's like, yeah, we have this boxed in energy here. Then we get here. It's like, all right, well, let's talk about the root cause. So for some of you, there could be serious or very important talks that need to be had if there are problems you're wanting to solve. Let's keep moving forward to that Ace of Swords. It's coming through very simple now. So let's see why the Ace of Swords is in the mix. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So it's intriguing the way this energy is like feeling to me, because it's like we have this pent up energy. There's a little blockage, but on the other side of it, we have all this good new possibility. So let's see what the Ace of Swords has. Pardon me. So why is the Ace in the mix? Thank you. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I mean, on the other side of whatever this is, whatever, like if this reading's resonating for you, on the other side of whatever these hurdles are, these problems, these roadblocks, whatever we want to call them, is amazing, amazing energy. So to me, it's kind of like a reward from spirit saying like, okay, you did the work, or you did what you had to do, or you did this right. You didn't rush it. So this to me is absolutely a rewarding energy here. So the Wheel of Fortune is a card of change. It's a card of shifting things. So all the other messages do still apply. Your efforts are going to pay off in one way or another. Luck is on your side. Spirit's on your side. This is a very expansive type of energy. So I do feel like anything you might be struggling with, you can get over this barrier. You might just receive like a massive offer or opportunity out of the blue as well. Okay, so this could be someone else's assistance. I really like what I'm feeling here, because it kind of puts a nice bow on the whole situation we have going on, right? Like all this will be worth it. All these things will be worth it in the end with this Wheel of Fortune. And the change, the shift in the energy, it's going to happen very suddenly. That's something I'm feeling here as well. Let's go through and do a quick recap, because I know I've been giving you like little tidbits here and there as we went through. It just feels very complex this week, and that's okay. Let's go through before the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the Chariot with the Hanged Man. I already told you this felt very boxed into me. So the 2 main messages I was picking up, one, there could be like a problem you're dealing with that's a little frustrating. There's like some barriers that you need to get through. It feels like a drag, literally. Another thing I was picking up, there could be someone, you're watching their actions or they're watching yours, like a little bit of tabs keeping. Moving to the center, we have the Hierophant with the Page of Cups in the upright. This to me does feel like problem solving. Like, let's get down to the root cause of this. Let's figure it out. What's the problem? What's the delay? And energy is very supportive of that in this week in particular. So I feel like for you, problem solving is like extra heightened. You could really figure a lot of things out here. So this could be an important talk of some kind for sure. Moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. This energy breaks through. Something will suddenly change. And I do feel for a lot of you, there is an offer opportunity coming up. Communication is the key, right? Because that's how the energy flows here. It's like we have this want to do something, the delays, but the communication brings about the positive result. It flows in a beautiful way. So yeah, Virgo, that's what I have for you there. Please take a screenshot of that. Let's get into the shadow card. So let's shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for Virgo. I like the end of that reading. I feel like the ending was a nice result. So I do predict some good things coming in for you guys. So what do we have here for Virgo? And yes, you know me, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards do not always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll leave a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I really do. Okay, shadow card time. What we got for the Virgos here? Thank you. All right. All right. Very good. Really, really good energy here. We have the 10 of Cups in the shadows for you. And just like I mentioned, not every shadow card is a rough one. And it seems like this week you have a very positive energy lingering in the shadows, which could be really nice. Now, the 10 of Cups could mean a lot of things. It could represent the home, the household, the family unit, all that good stuff. So there might be situations involving that that will be coming up for you. But I don't feel like this is necessarily bad. To me, this is a card of wish fulfillment. So if there's something like you're wanting or working towards or really focused on in this time, the 10 Cups is Spirit saying, like, listen, even if it seems like it's impossible, know that it's not. Nothing is impossible when I have the 10 Cups in the shadows. Like, this could be something really amazing, really good. Now, aside from that, the 10 of Cups, yeah, sometimes it could be Spirit warning you not to over party or anything like that. Don't over consume anything in this time, but I don't like to always give that advice, right? You do what you wish, right? You have freedom. But the main thing I see here is some real good positivity coming your way. So I would claim it and I would work with it and keep that problem solving up like we saw within the spread itself. Beautiful ending to the reading, Virgo, but that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a one-on-one personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing a winner's choice this month, my friends. 2 lucky subscribers will get their choice of either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a wonderful deck. It's one of my favorites. Or you can choose a crystal pendant of your choice from my website. They're homemade. The energy is luscious. They're beautiful. So it's winner's choice there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments where in the world you are from. You don't have to give me your home address or anything like that. It could be your country, state, province, whatever it might be. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you again soon.